Who's in your corner? Do you know who you can go to collaborate? Who you can go to for some advice? Who you can go to just have a good time? If not, let me share with you what I feel are the 6 relationships that are an absolute must have for you to really succeed and excel at the top of your game. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Alex Neal. I'm a certified high performance and mindset coach, and I help women executives who feel unfulfilled despite the fact that they're successful to clarify what it is they truly want so they can leave the meaningful legacy they desire. So, today I really want to talk about relationships because whether we're in business for ourselves or we are working in an organization, whatever stage of life we're in, relationships are really critical to our success. And there are 6 different types of relationships which I think deserve attention. The first relationship is that mentor relationship. They are somebody who likely you admire, somebody who's already successful in their own right, somebody who has already walked the path that you intend to walk, because they can help you to navigate those waters, and maybe they can help you to maybe cut down a little bit on that learning curve. It's also somebody that can provide you with a different perspective. So having that mentor relationship is really foundational, especially when you're talking about going into business for yourself, or if you want to get to the next stage of your career. Having the ability to talk to somebody who's been there before is really helpful. The second most important relationship I feel is that of a coach. Everybody should have a coach, in my personal opinion, because sometimes it's very difficult for us to think outside of ourselves because emotions get in the way, our stories get in the way, our mindset isn't always optimum. But a coach is there to challenge you. They're there to ask you those difficult questions. They're not there to answer those questions for you, and they're certainly not there to tell you what works best for you, but they are there not only to challenge you and to help you to look at things from a different perspective. They're also there to cheer you on and to celebrate you when you do something that is worth celebrating. How many times do we take a moment to sit back, or do we have people in our family or in our surroundings who really take a moment to celebrate what we're doing, celebrate our successes? Because we need to do that so we have that wind in our sails that keeps us moving forward. So, coaching for me is twofold. It's about challenge and getting you to come up with your own solutions, with your own answers, because nobody knows you and your life better than you do. But on the flip side, it's about celebrating when you have those moments of success. The third one is having a challenger. So for me, the difference between a coach and a challenger is that a challenger is somebody within your circle, somebody who calls you on your BS when you need to get called on your BS, similarly to what a coach does, but not with so much structure. And somebody who knows a little bit more about you, about your life, so they then in turn provide yet a different perspective. And the other thing that they do is they support you in your growth, and they support you in exploring different ideas. There's somebody you can, talk about many different things, whether it's on the personal side, the professional side, your health, whatever the case may be. But they're really there to kind of poke at you, and in a nice way, in a gentle way, sometimes in a, I don't want to say a hard way, but maybe a little bit more confrontational, because sometimes it's hard for us to look at that hard truth. So again, somebody who knows you, somebody in your circle that is comfortable asking you difficult questions, that's going to come at it from a different point of view than a coach does. The fourth one is the confidant, right? They're the person that you go to when you just need to give a meta report, right? You just need to kind of throw up all over them, and they can take it, and they can, without internalizing it, without getting upset, but really to be there as truly that support that you need at the moment, whether it's done over a glass of wine, whether it's done, through the course of a rom-com, whether it's done with a shopping spree, whatever the case may be, they're the ones that are going to be there to just listen without judgment. They're going to allow you to, in French, we say empty your bag, so that you can go back and you can show up for yourselves and for others as you need to. They're also someone who's strong enough to hang with you in the lows as well as in the highs. Sometimes, when you're on a really high and maybe they don't have a similar path, or maybe they're going through a hard time while you're going through your high, but they will be there for you and they will support you and they will celebrate you, just like they will be there for you when you're in your lows and you need somebody to vent to. The fifth one is the collaborator. Now, there's somebody who either is in a similar business as you, but in a different, maybe in a different company. They could be a competitor if you're an entrepreneur, somebody who has a similar business but approaches it in a different way than you do. They are really great to have around, because not only can you bat ideas around and you can think outside of yourself and outside of the box that you're in, but they also bring different expertises. They bring a different point of view. They bring a different perspective, which can be really enriching when you're trying to do something new, something different. They'll encourage you, and maybe there is a way that the two of you can come together so that you can be both in a better place and offer something even better. This is definitely a case of 1 + 1 = 3. Right? Where you feed off of each other, you collaborate, you give each other ideas, you go off, you do your own thing, you come back, you recalibrate, you see, what the progress is, whether or not you're headed in the direction that you want to head into, or things need to be adjusted. But they're hugely important because they will support you, they will celebrate you, they will help you to get to the next level without being challenging. But really more in that spirit of collaboration. And the sixth one, and the last one, is the one you can get silly with, right? You can go out on Friday night, have 3 margaritas, and not care about the world. And none of these need to be mutually exclusive. Your confident and your get silly with girl can be the same person. Your challenger, your mentor, maybe is the same person. But, you have to have each of these in your life, in my perspective, so that you get different perspectives, you get different approaches, and you can cherry pick the different things that are going to work for you in your life, that are going to help you to implement whatever you need to implement for the next phase of your life. So these are the 6 relationships that I wanted to share with you. I hope you found those helpful. I hope you're able to see within your own life whether or not you have these 6 relationships. And if you don't, then I encourage you to look for them. So as a coach myself, the one thing that I would really recommend is getting a coach. Because when I was trying to figure out myself and figure out my life, I was so into the minutia of the everyday that I needed somebody to help me pull back and get a bigger perspective. And my coach absolutely did that for me. And if you're in a moment where, you're moving along, your career is on the right track, you are successful, but you feel like something is maybe not quite right, then I would encourage you to join me on October 8th for my newest Masterclass, 3 Keys to Go from Frustrated to Fulfilled. Because what we're going to do in that masterclass is we're going to talk about the 3 elements that can get you started on that idea of what is my purpose. And especially if you're not, if like things feel a little wonky, maybe there's an opportunity for you to explore, and this would be a perfect starting place. So I'm going to put the link in the comment down below. Sign up. Don't be afraid. It's going to be an hour and we're going to have a good time. There are going to be some exercises, and I look forward to seeing you there. Take care. Bye.